Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss Misery, and I'm the curator behind DarkDelightsShop. Today I'm wearing one of our crop top long sleeve sweaters. It is a print-on-demand item, and it's featuring our Rope Bondage Babe astrology series. This specifically one is Libra. And the model referenced here is my friend Michaela. Michaela has her own shop on Etsy. She is into herbalism and has a apothecary store called Oathweaver Apothecary. She carries balms, pendulums, and bath soaks. So I'm going to leave that down below so you can check her out and maybe possibly support her. Anyways, if you love this top or want something in your own astrological sign, check out my shop as well. That link is also down below in the comments. I hope you enjoy this video. Today I'm bringing you an unboxing of sorts. More or less, I'm showing off my ear collection. So they've already been unboxed. These are ears I wear pretty regularly. And I just kind of thought that it would be fun to share my collection. I've been collecting for a while, but I haven't really shown them off. I occasionally wear them on my social media, but I don't post them as often as I probably could, mainly because I didn't want to deal with people trying to be my friends because of the ears I had when they were popular. I found the Instagram Kid and Play community in December of 2016. It was actually suggested to me in the Discover section of Instagram. Up until this time, while we had pet play in our lifestyle, my ears were mainly from handmade places, so by myself. So like cheap fabrics from Joann Fabrics, cheap stuff from AliExpress, or what do you call that place? Hot Topic, where they were just kind of like the little plastic triangle squares. I did have one really nice handmade set. It's by Kid and Cream. It is a small business in Colorado, and they consider themselves to be like artisans. And it was really expensive. I never wore it for bedroom play. It was like really like soft impact stuff and just non-sexual pet play around the house. But even then I was like really afraid to get them dirty. The headband was on this like tortoise shell. I was really afraid of damaging it. So I rarely ever wore it. And then I found the Instagram pet play community, and I was like shocked. I was like, there is so much cool stuff out here. I want to get to know people. I want to get gear. Like, I didn't know ribbon collars up until that point. So my partner and I like dived super heavy into getting new gear, getting softer side of pet play gear. So the first cat ear shop I was introduced to thanks to Instagram was Whittier Ca. And in February of 2017, I participated in her release and I got my first pair of ears. That's right. My first pair of ears was from a shop that is now considered like top tier. And I had so much adrenaline. The ears I wanted to get kept selling out, and I ended up with what was like the bottom of the barrel ears. And ironically, they're my colors. They were black and red, but they weren't like my first pick because she had like a lot of like purples and blues. And my pet play persona is actually a white Turkish Angora, so the fact that I wanted these like unnatural colored ears to begin with was kind of like surprising, but I wanted it because it was pretty, right? Like, we're drawn to pretty things. And I got the collecting bug. Like, it bit me super hard, and I collected pretty heavily from 2017 to about the end of 2018. I think I bought my last pair of, like, oh my god, set my alarm for releases kind of ears in November of 2018. It was shortly after my first big convention, Hentai Con, in Burbank. After then, yeah, I still collected ears, but it wasn't at all to the extent it was now. I didn't set alarms. I didn't experience that FOMO or like a post-release depression, because during that time, like, you're really amped up, you got a lot of adrenaline going because you're trying to get onto this website and buy something that, you know, is super limited quantity and that like thousands of people are trying to get. So once I gave that up, like, my interest in collecting wasn't as heightened, so I would start buying from like other shops like Katso Club and low tier shops where it was like, it didn't really matter to me. It was just something that I wanted to enjoy, versus like something I have to have. And I think with collecting, you get into like this situation where it's the FOMO is what's driving you. I feel like probably sneakerheads and other collectors, like especially those pop figures, they probably experience it too when they're going to a store to get an exclusive pop, and you know, you wait in line for hours and then, you know, the store's sold out. I think people kind of can experience the same thing. I'm not sure if I'm off center now that I've just kind of checked in on the recording. I hope this isn't bothering anyone too much. I feel like the preview just looks a little off angle. It could be my tripod. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to mess it up. Anyways, so here are 4 ears that I consider like my go-to ears. Like, this is to go out, do errands, hang out around the house. These are completely for outside the house play. Excursions is probably the better word. Ears that I plan do not leave the house. Unless it's like a dungeon type experience, then those ears can travel. But otherwise, I don't like things that have been sexualized to be out and about in a just kind of wearing them as an accessory. There we go. I don't like to wear things I use for sex out in the world as accessories. I guess, I hope that makes sense. So here I have 3 pairs of ears that are all from Lycan. And then I have 1 pair of ears from Little Lycan. Little Lycan is a shop that closed down, I want to say in 2018. The person just kind of moved, like, lost interest in ear making. I think that happens to a lot of us. Like, right, we pick up a hobby, we invest a lot of time in it, we love it, and then that part of our life just ends. And I'm really happy that I have these. I think they're super cute, and it goes with a lot of my darker outfits. So this first pair is an older pair of Lycan. I got them in a trade. I believe I got them from a girl named Becky Kitts. I'm not sure. I'll lean forward so you guys can see them. Boys and ghouls. A lot of times I leave ears bent the way the maker or the person I traded with, the way they were, because I have the hardest time getting things bent back into symmetry. It is not my thing, so I just leave them apart. During my collecting phase, I did a couple trades, or I just purchased things flat out from other buyers. And I don't like trading because a lot of times other people have traded, you don't have the original receipt, and there's a lot of dupes out there, like copies, and so one person can be like, oh, this is a specific brand, and it actually turns out to be like a knockoff, just like in other collections like bags and whatnot. So I really didn't like trading because I didn't really know what I was getting. Not not that I'm saying that things hold their value, but I definitely want proof that what I have is what it says it is, in case I do down the line want to trade for something. People aren't inherently untrustworthy when they want something from you, I feel like. So that was another really big turnoff. So I did very few trades. I traded, I think, with all of 4 people. I think Fan was someone I traded with. Bexy Kit was someone I traded with. Oh, and a girl named Michelle. I don't remember her screen name, but those are the 3 people I've traded with. And take that back. There was a girl in the United Kingdom. I traded her 1 pair of ears for, I think, a set and a single pair of ears. And I remember I opened it up and I just was so not vibing with it. I just put it back in the box and just put it away. Toxic trait of mine. If I'm not feeling something that day, I'll put it in a box and I'll set it aside, and then that's kind of just where it stays, unfortunately. So these are the little Lycan ears. I love that they're mismatched. I think they're so cute. I've worn these to Disney quite a few times, but I love this size. I love how fluffy and scruffy they are. I just feel super cute in them all the time. So you're kind of going to see a theme with these 3 pairs because, like I said, my pet persona is a white Turkish Angora, kind of like Marie from Aristocrats. This is another pair of Outlier Craturas. It's an older pair, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. Like, I kind of like old things to begin with, so it you know, it's my jam. Doesn't have to be your jam, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then these last pair are Outlier Creature pre-orders. I believe they were considered wolves. They're a bigger ear. So while I like little ears, I also like big ears. Like, the bigger the better. I used to sing, you know that song that's like, I like big butts? Well, instead it's like, I like big ears and I cannot lie. Yeah, I'll spare you guys the whole song, but yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So while these might be considered big ears, I have some that are like the size of my entire head. Let me get that here. That's probably going to turn into a meme and I'll be sad. But this is also one of my favorite pair of ears. This is like definitely a go-to ear to wear to Disney. I don't know why. I just always felt super confident in all my photo ops when I'd wear these ears at Disney. I feel like they just embody so much of my sassy personality. They're big, they're fun, they have really nice natural kind of earthy shadowing. I'm a Virgo, so I tend to gravitate towards earthy things since that is my element, ironically. But yeah, so these are my like everyday ears. These are ears that I pick up. Sometimes I'll change them out throughout the day if like a headband starts to bother me or something, but these are my go-tos. I hope y'all enjoyed this little collection share. Once again, I'll just kind of briefly hold them all up. How I keep my ears is just in a nice shadow box, more or less, to keep the light off of them. And I have dividers so that they don't squish one another. So yeah. hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a like on this video. If you definitely need more of my collection in your life, consider smashing that subscribe button. Which pair of ears were your favorite? Leave a comment down below and definitely let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this. Mwah. Kisses.